Okay, hello and welcome back. In today's video, we'll be learning how to insert text in our drawing. Okay, so basically if I want to annotate anything inside the drawing, so that is where text will play a very important role. In the previous sessions, we have learned how to create a drawing. Okay, second thing, we have learned how to use modification tools to make the drawing a little faster. And after that, we have also learned how to use layer in order to control the properties of the object. And in today's video, we'll be learning how to introduce text to our design. Now, introducing text to our design plays a very important role. So it is very helpful for annotating some areas, okay, which are not really very clear. For example, here, as we can see in the previous plan, here already the name of the employees are written. So annotating means basically typing the name, giving some information, adding dimensions. So those are all part of annotation. So today's lecture will be totally based, and today's and even tomorrow's lecture will be based on annotation itself. So today we will be covering text and text style, and tomorrow we'll be covering little bit about dimensions. Okay, so to start with the text, we have three commands inside text. One is single line text. Okay, next is multi-line text. And third thing is not really a type of text, we can say it is more of like the style. So we can say text style. So we have to learn three commands today. So for single line text, the command is DT enter. For multi-line text, the command is T enter. And for managing the text style, the command is ST enter. Okay. For managing the text style, the command is ST enter. So DT enter is for single line text, T enter is for multi-line text, and for managing the text style, the command is ST enter. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is DT enter. So as soon as I press DT enter, I'll just zoom in first. Okay, so as soon as I type DT enter, for example, here I'm typing DT enter, we can notice the software is asking me to specify the start point of the text. Currently, the text style is set to standard. The text height is set to by default 2.5. Annotative is no. Annotative is something which we are going to discuss not in the basic session. We are going to discuss that in the advanced session of AutoCAD. And justification is set to left. Okay, so this is all what is written over here. Now specify the start point of the text. So I'll just define the start point here. Then it is asking me to specify the height of the text. So let's say I want my text to be of height 10. Okay, so now that is totally based on your drawing. So if your drawing is very huge, that time you can define a different text height. If your drawing is really small, that time you can go for a smaller text height. So specify text height, I'm defining it as 10. Then text angle. If I want to write my text straight, I want to define the angle of 0. If I want to write my text vertically like this, then I can define the angle of 90 and so on. So here I'm defining the angle of 0. And now you can see a cursor is blinking over here, and I can type whatever I want to. For example, I want to type CAD Cube 360. So I can do that. Okay, so this is how I can write my text. Now if I press enter, I can go to the next line and I can give some more information. For example, AutoCAD. Okay, if I press enter again, I can go for something more. Okay, now if I press enter and if I want to skip this line, okay, and I want to go to the next line, you can see the entire thing is went off. Like you cannot skip a line in single line text. You cannot skip a line in single line text. Second thing, in single line text, all the three things are individual elements. So for example, this tutorial is a single element. This AutoCAD word itself is a single element, and CAD Cube 360 is a single element. So anything which is present in one line is one element or one object. Okay, so technically I can select this and I can delete it if I want to. Now second very important thing is I can double click on the text and I can modify the text I want to. For example, here I want to write something like this. So I can do that very simply. Okay, now let's say I want to write my text at 45-degree angles. What I can do is I can again go for DT enter. Okay, again I can specify the start point, then I can specify the height. Let's say I'm keeping it to 10. I'll define the angle of 45 this time, and this time you can notice the text is written in 45 degree. Okay, so this is how we can write the text in 45 degree, and you can press double enter to come out of the text. Okay, you can press double enter to come out of single line text, because as I told you, you cannot skip a line. Okay, so this is how you can write single line text. Okay, I will encourage you, if you want, you can also go and try this different justification modes. Just a minute. DT enter. Yeah, this different justification mode. It is very simple to use. It is similar to Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Okay, and in the future video we are also going to use different justification mode for ourselves. That time also you're going to notice this justification types. Okay, so for now you can even try it by yourself. Okay, so this is known as single line text. Okay, now let's continue with the next command, that is multi-line text. For multi-line text I'm going to type T enter, and now you can see near the mouse ABC is written. Okay, now technically that ABC indicates how big the text is going to look like on the screen. So if you zoom in, ABC is getting bigger. Okay, so basically this is how big the text is going to look like if I start typing right now, and if I zoom out, it is getting smaller. Okay, so I can decide what size of text height I want. So let's say I want this big. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just click and create a box like this. So single line text is used for writing simple informations, but multi-line text can be used for writing paragraphs. So if you want to write more information, that time you can use multi-line text. Just for a small example, I would like to show you one drawing where you can see where exactly single line text is used and where exactly multi-line text is used. So for example, this is a drawing. Now in this drawing you can see controlled copy is written, then quantity number 3 is written, and some basic informations are given here. So that all information can be created with single line text. All this information can be created with single line text. You don't really need multi-line text for creating all this information. Similarly, if you have some sort of paragraphs, like you have long statements written, in those case you need to use multi-line text. Like this kind of information is written. So in this kind of conditions you can use multi-line text, because here there are a lot of information which is written over here. Now coming to the topic again, let us creating multi-line text. For creating multi-line text we have to type T enter. Okay, and then as we know, this ABC indicates the size of the text, and then I can create a frame, how big or how small I want to write my text, and then I can fill in the informations I want to. For example, I want to write, let's say, CAD Cube 360, AutoCAD tutorials. Okay, so this is how I can fill in the information. Now what I can also do here is, because it is multi-line text, I can technically, this whole thing is a single element. So if I click OK, you can select this, and this whole thing is a single element because it is a multi-line text. Now if I double click on this, I can go and select, like the way we do it in Word, like I can select this part and I can make it bolder, italic, whatever I want. For example, I want to change my text style to this. I can change my text style. Okay, so it is very similar to Word. If you have used Excel, it is very similar to that. So I can make it bold, I can make it italic, I can make a strikeout, underline, overline. Okay, I can also make it superscript or subscript. For example, I just want to make this whole thing with a single text style. I want to make it bold. This also same text style, I want to make it bold. And this one, I want a similar style, suppose, but I want to make it superscript. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. Similarly, if I want to make it subscript, I can do that. So all those things, I'm not going to go over those details about managing the text style part, because this is something which is very common or which is commonly used. Okay, now what we can also do is we can also change this justification from left to middle to right and to evenly distribute if I want to. Okay, so all those justification options are also there. We can also go for bulleting and numbering and also line spacing. So all those things which are there available in most of all the things, it is also available over here. Okay, like if I want numbered, I can go for bullet and numbering over here. So if I want to turn it off, I can do it that as well. Now the most important part here is, let's say I want my current date over here. Okay, and technically why I want my current date, because I know I can see the date and I can type it by myself, but I want it automatic. So next time if I open this drawing on the new date, so that new date should be over here. So I want something which is automatically understood by the software. So in that case I can go to fields. Okay, and here I can choose what type of information I want for this field to be generated. For example, I want date. I want my date in this format particularly. You can also choose the format if you want to, and I can click OK. And this is something which I have not typed. This is something which is automatic. So if I change the date of my computer, which I'm not going to do it as of now. Okay, so if I change my date of my computer, or if I open the drawing again on a new date, so this date will be automatically different. This is something which will be very helpful in creating the title block, when we will learn how to create a title block for taking the printout, because that time the date of the printout will always be mentioned in a correct way. Okay, and you don't have to type it. And don't worry, this kind of background is not going to come when you take the printout. This is just to inform you that this is a custom field which is inserted, and this value is not typed. This is something which is automatically generated. Not only that, we can also have multiple symbols. So for example, here we have symbols, and here we have a symbol for degree, here we have a symbol for plus minus, diameter, almost equal. So you have different symbols also. So even if you notice, there is some short keys in front of symbol. Okay, so if you remember this, for example, percentage C for cat is for diameter, then percentage D is for dog, is for degree. Okay, so that is how also you can put the information here. So you don't really need to go to symbols and do this. And this will work in every condition, not only in AutoCAD, even in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anywhere you go, you type percentage C, it is going to work, because this is something, it's not from AutoCAD, it is something from Windows itself. Okay, so this is called as character mapping, and it is already present inside Windows, so you don't need to worry about that. So this is all about multi-line text. Now let's say whenever I type my text, I have to choose my text style, I have to define my height. If I want to make that thing permanent, or if I want to control that thing, I can go to text style. For text style, I can go to ST enter, and here we can already notice there is a text style present over here called standard, which was already been used. Okay, so what I can do is I can create a new text style if I want to, and you can see the preview of the text style here in the bottom left corner. So if I click on new, I can create a new style. I can give it a name. For example, this is for annotations. Okay, and then I can define what should be the type of the style. But now before I do that, I'll go from the bottom. If I want to write my text vertical, backward, or upside down, I can do that over here. I can control the text width factor also, how wide or how small the text should be. Okay, for example 1.2, so it is slightly wider. Then I can also control the text oblique angle, like 30 degree forward or 30 degree backward. I can also I can control it up to 85 degrees, so I can make the text tilt up to 85 degrees, but that is of no use. Okay, similarly I can define the height over here, but I keep the height 0 so that I can define it every time when I create a text. Okay, and then also I can do is I can change the style, font style. So I can choose a font style. For example, I'm choosing this. Then also I can choose whether it should be bold, bold and italic, or regular. Okay, I can do that, but if that totally depends upon style to style. For example, if I choose Times New Roman, I have all 4 options, but if I choose, let's say this, I don't have all 4 options. Okay, so I can decide what type of text style I want, and then I can make it a current style. Yes, I want to make it a current style, and then I can close it. Now if I type anything with single line text or multi-line text, for example DT enter, I'm specifying the start point, then giving it a height of 10, angle of 0, and I'm typing. You can notice it is coming with a different style, which I have just created. Okay, similarly if I go for T enter, text, and you can see ABC is in a different mode now, and if I try to type here anything, it will all come with that particular style. So this is how you can do it. Okay, so this is how you can introduce text to your designs or a drawing. So we are one step closer to complete the design with annotation, and next lecture we will speak about dimensions, and after the next lecture I'll give you some practice diagram which will include layers, text as well as dimensions. Okay, thank you for joining in and have a great day.